Hello, welcome. My name's Adam to the Fighting Fantasy playlist. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Dungeoneer. And Dungeoneer is a part of the Advanced Fighting Fantasy series, which was released in 1989, the year I came back from America. Me personally, I didn't actually hear about this until 1990. Somebody bought it for me as a birthday present, and I mean, as soon as I got it, I mean, check out the big massive dragon dinosaur thing on the cover. It's like as soon as I saw him attacking these people, I was like, this is going to be good. No matter what is the content, I love the cover. So as I started to look through it, I realized it's not actually a book. It's not really a book you would read normally because it's more of an instructional. I'll read the back cover and you'll understand. These aren't like the Fighting Fantasy series of books. These are more like how to create your own. And they really expand more so on what was already set up with the three that we've already reviewed. They expand on even more than that, okay? So I'm just going to read the back cover to this now and you'll see what I mean. It says, "Now you and your friends can create your own fantasy movies. Imagine that you are the director and your friends are the cast of heroes. Will you send them to battle with the evil wizard or recover the dragon's hoard? The choice is yours." And Dungeoneer makes the exciting world of fantasy role-playing accessible in a thoroughly user-friendly manner. You can start straight away and introduce more complex rules and scenarios as you and your friends gain experience as director and actors. So are you ready? Then let the cameras roll. Haha! And it was written by Mark Gascoigne, and it was edited and Pete Tamlin. Sorry, Pete Tamlin and Mark Gascoigne. The cover art was done by John Sibic, and the interior art as well was also done by John Sibic. And the interior art, I gotta say, I don't know if you can pick this up. I'll do some close-ups, but this is awesome stuff. I mean, the interior art, the line drawings in this are just absolutely amazing, and the detail as well. Like these are little, tiny little pebbles that you can't really pick up perhaps, but it's like insane detail. So when I first got this, it was 1990, and I started to read it, and I was just taken aback by the humor of the book, really. It had a real tongue-in-cheek take on the writing, and it really got me interesting for the series that it had as well. Because this teaches you really how to set up your own adventures. For what those other books are, this teaches you how to do your own adventures. And so I used to get my mates around and we used to play through these things. And we used to have so much fun, because they're games more than they are books, for starters. But you're having so much fun interacting with your mates that... I mean, I wish I could get paid to do that, because it would be just a real laugh. So yeah, and then I realised my school friends, they were into these books as well. They were collecting the series. And inside this book, on the first page here, it actually states the names of these other titles. And they've got 50 in the series so far, up to when they published this book. There were 59 in the series in total, and then they've released more, and now there's 70 in the series. But up to the release of this book, there was only 50. So it's like, oh, I can go to W.H. Smith, which is where I bought them all, and I could just pick and choose the ones, I've got to get that. I've got to Vault of Vampire. What's that? I've got to read that. And sometimes my friends and I, we would swap books as well. So I would purposely get a book he hasn't got in order to swap for one he has got. Which I remember doing that. He had Crypt of the Sorcerer, and I swapped my Midnight Rogue for him to read. It got me really interested in reading it. It really did. I was just like, I've got to, read more and more and more, and just the hunger for reading suddenly hit me, because I was enjoying the stories. I was engaged in the stories because I was the hero of the stories. I was determining how the book was going to play out, because it was an interactive game more than anything else. This book in particular, though, Dungeoneer, it teaches you how you can set up your own character, because the way these books work the Fighting Fantasy series, which in about 4 episodes we're going to get to. You need to set up your character. So you have skills, you have stamina, and you have luck. And then you've got your meals and whatever you've got in your bag. And you've got to keep a record of all these things. You've got to track these down. So you've got to have a piece of paper, and you've got to be scribbling these notes down of what you've got, what you'll be doing. And so initially you have to find out what your skill score is. So what you would do is you would take 2 dice and you would roll that, and whatever that is, you would add, no you wouldn't, you would roll 1 dice and whatever that was, you would add 6 to the total, and that would be your top skill score, your initial, and it couldn't exceed that. So I just rolled a 5 then, so I would have 11, which is really good to start off with. So I would have a skill of 11, which would mean I'm very skillful. Then you'd roll for stamina. That's where you use the 2 dice. And then you would add 12 to this total, so that's 9. So 9 plus 12 is 21. So my stamina, would be 21. So therefore, yeah, that's a pretty reasonable 11 and 21. They're a pretty good score. Then my luck, I would roll that, and I got a 2. So I would add 6 to that, and that would give me 8. And, you know, I'm not that lucky, to be honest. So that would be my character now. And I would have 10 meals. And I'd have to keep track of these totals. But if I ever came across somebody and I'd want to fight them, you'd have to roll the dice. There's a battle system in place where you roll the dice, and whoever's got the highest number, the loser deducts 2 from their stamina. And you keep fighting it out until one of you's got no stamina and they're dead. If you wanted to, you could escape with a bit of luck, or you could even do more damage with luck, but every time you use your luck, it decreases its value by 1, and soon you'll discover that rolling for luck is just, you know, more costly than it helps sometimes. But in this particular book, it teaches you how to set all that up, you know, for yourself. But not only that, because that's just the basics of the other books, but this book goes one step further and gives you special skills and spells and background and personality, and you've got to create all that for yourself. Now, it does have in the back some examples of these things. That's what the adventure sheet looks like. And it's got a picture of the person as well, and it's sort of, that's what you really want to be doing in the series books, is creating a character. And I used to play it quite foolishly, like where it was the same character for every book, and I was just going through as a single person and following it on from the next one, and it was kind of fun that way, but I wouldn't last very long as I went further on, because my skill and stamina were always the same, and some books are more harder than others. But this one, I tell you, I really recommend this book. If you are a director or a writer, or you enjoy creating stories, or you enjoy playing with your friends and being the sort of leader, this is your book. This teaches you how you can set up your own adventures, how you can do your own thing. It's a really fun book, and it's got 2 adventures in it as well, and it teaches you how to say the adventures to your friends as you go along. And it's just got loads of extra special rules and, you know, modifier charts, and, you know, if you're going in the sewers, -1 because of the stench or something, you know, it's like, it's really detailed, and it's really highly recommended. So that's Dungeoneer. In the next episode, we're going to be looking at Black Sand. Leave your comments below, any questions, and I can see some of the top 10 are finally starting to come in. Keep them coming in, and we'll, in the future video, give out the top 10 fan favorite picks. For now, thank you for watching, and take care, adventurers. Bye-bye.